Star-Spangled Banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to the Louisiana Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. CBS Sports proudly presents the Los Angeles Rams versus the New Orleans Saints. Hi, everybody. I'm Vince Scully, along with Alex Hawkins. Welcome to the great indoors of Louisiana, and welcome to what should be another big act for the Rams, or will it?
Well, the Rams got it all together last Monday night, and they looked like the team that everybody thought they were going to be at the start of the season. The Saints at home, though, are extremely tough. They've beaten the Rams here 3 times in Louisiana.
Pat Hayden, of course, has been the golden boy for the Rams. Among other things, he had a rather imaginative evening calling against Minnesota, and it certainly paid off.
Well, they threw 2 touchdown passes, ran one himself, and like you say, they've been getting field goals in those situations. They finally got together and put in touchdowns last week.
And the old story is in sports, never mind yesterday, what have you done for me lately? And the Saints are coming off an explosive day, but a losing one against the Cardinals, the biggest day in Bobby Scott's life.
Passed for over 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he can lead this team. Archie Manning got hurt in the Ram game, will not be playing in today's game. Ben, take it over.
Okay, Alex. And right now, as you can see, the Rams and the New Orleans Saints, this will be the 18th meeting.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Well, the good luck gentlemen coming in after the sign having been made that the Rams won the toss, elect to receive, and so Tom Blanchard and the New Orleans Saints will be on defense immediately. For the Rams, they have won 14 of 17 previous meetings, and all 3 previous defeats in 1971, 72, and again in 74 were here in New Orleans. The Rams coming in here, finally putting it together against Minnesota, and for that matter, their next 4 games, including this one, they figure to win. New Orleans, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, and San Francisco. And for New Orleans, they want to be the spoiler. They had a big afternoon against the Cardinals, but it wasn't quite enough. However, for New Orleans, they are home. The electricity that is New Orleans usually makes this ball club get up. And remember, in the Coliseum, it was a very tough 14-7 Ram victory. So the Rams preparing to receive. Rod Phillips, Jim Jodat start to go back along with Cullen Bryant and Wendell Tyler. And Tom Blanchard. Give way now to Rick Zorro, who will be kicking off for New Orleans. And the deepest man is Wendell Tyler on the 5. And Rick Zorro ready to kick off for New Orleans. All right, Zorro comes to the ball, and here we go. And he kicks it to Tyler on the 6-yard line of Los Angeles. Wendell to the 20. Hit and down at the 22-yard line. Christ was the first man to make contact and bring him down, along with Clarence Chapman, and there'll be a flag on the play. It is a personal foul against the Rams, a clipping penalty. So the ball had been at the 21-yard line as Tyler made the return, and they'll now march it off. So the Rams stacked up immediately on a personal foul clip. Put it at the 6.5, 7-yard line.
Personal foul, clipping number 61 on the run back. First down.
And that would be Rick Saul, who was playing on a sore ankle, Alex, and nevertheless had a sound enough leg to stay in there on the special team.
Took old Rich a long time to break into the lineup. 6 years before he became a starter. He's not about to let something like an ankle bother him.
1st and 10 on the 7-yard line. McCutcheon and Capoletti are the running backs. Billy Waddy is wide left. Harold Jackson wide right. And McCutcheon carries it out across the 10-yard line. Joe Federspiel, who normally leads New Orleans in tackles, is right there at the bottom, number 58. Here's the Ram offensive line: Franson, Mack, Saul, Hara, and Williams. The fellas who figure to handle the ball: Harold Jackson, along with Billy Waddy, and the tight end, Terry Nelson. In the backfield, Pat Hayden and his running backs, Lawrence McCutcheon and John Capoletti. 2nd and 6 from the 11-yard line. Waddy is left and Jackson is right. McCutcheon trying to follow Capoletti's block, and Federspiel not only knocked him down, got the ball.
That's what you get when you come to New Orleans, buddy. You hear the fans respond. Take a look at it from the end zone here, and let's see where the ball comes loose. Federspiel having an outstanding year, that middle linebacker position. Puts a good hit there. You see the ball come loose. I believe that's Chuck Crispy on it there, number 44 for the Saints.
So it is a tremendous opening break for the New Orleans Saints on that fumble by McCutcheon. And listen to this crowd exhorting Bobby Scott, the backup quarterback to Archie Manning. He sends Gilliam wide left. He has Don Herman wide right. And in motion is the tight end, Henry Childs. And across the 5 is Strawn down to the 4-yard line as Mike Strawn, a 3-year man out of Iowa State, playing for the injured Chuck Muncie, carries down to the 3.
You see the formation that Hank Stram will be going with a lot, moving that tight end in motion there. Saint offensive line, not known for its blocking, completely cleared the way there that time. Mike Strawn is not a bad football player, Ben. He's filling in.
We will see right now, Alex. It is 2nd and 4. The ball spotted on the 5-yard line. Gilliam wide left. In motion comes Herman, a zoom towards the tight side. Second man is Strawn, but Bill Simpson came up to hit him behind the line of scrimmage. Good play by Huckleberry Finn.
Probably one of the most underrated Ram defensive players. You hear a lot more about Dave Elmendorf, but when you're talking to the opposing coaches, they tell you that Bill Simpson is one of the top safety men in football.
Simpson had 4 intercepts last year. He has 1 thus far this year. The Rams started to come alive 2 weeks ago against New Orleans. 3rd and 5. Out of the eye, and the deep man is Strawn. Play action fake. Scott going in the end zone and overshoots his man. In fact, he had a trio of Gilliam, Herman, along with Galbraith, all in the end zone.
I don't know whether he was trying to hit Don Herman on that play or not, but he couldn't get back outside. There's good play on the corner by Pat Thomas. There you see Pat Thomas, number 27, right there. Good coverage over there by Dave Elmendorf. Not sure about the pattern. I think it was a broken one, Ben.
Well, Rick Zarro will come in now and ask to kick a field goal. He is 2 for 4 this year. He is 2 for 2, however, inside the 29-yard line. His longest was 29. Tom Blanchard, the holder. They spot the ball on the 13, so it's a 23-yard field goal attempt. It's up. It's good. And the New Orleans Saints go marching through with the 3 points on the scoreboard. 12 minutes and 53 seconds left to go in the first quarter. So the Saints capitalizing on the McCutcheon fumble, and they're on the boards 3-0. And boy, a fired up crowd here in the Superdome in New Orleans, trying to exhort the Saints, who are 1-5.
Introducing the Ford in your future, the new Ford Fairmont. A new car designed for today and the years ahead. Fairmont's mileage ratings are the same as a little VW Rapid when both are equipped with automatic transmission. And this Fairmont, as shown, is actually sticker price less than this Rapid. Yet Fairmont has 90% of the head, leg, and shoulder room of most large cars. Fairmont, roomy but with mileage like a small car, and the lowest sticker price in its class. Test drive Fairmont, the newest, better idea from Ford.
The Quintrix 2-color picture tube from Panasonic brings you a very lifelike picture. Because Quintrix 2 is our inline picture tube with an extra pre-focus lens that concentrates and focuses the electron beam to bring you Panasonic's sharpest picture ever. So lifelike, you may even feel you're part of the picture. Quintrix 2, one more reason Panasonic is just slightly ahead of our time.
The Saints are applauding because on that return it looks like another personal foul against the Rams. Remember, on the opening kickoff, there was a personal foul against Rick Saul, and the Rams ultimately fumbled. It led to 3 points. Now let's see about this one.
Number 50 on the run back, first down.
Dennis Hara, guilty of the infraction. The kickoff received by Wendell Tyler, but on that personal foul play, the Rams are penalized, so they've had the ball, and have had 2 big personal foul calls. So they'll put it in play, 1st and 10 from their own 13-yard line. 3-0 New Orleans. Waddy is left and Jackson is right. McCutcheon, the deep man on the eye, back of Capoletti. McCutcheon. And he gets it out to the 15-yard line at best. Lawrence McCutcheon, the number 2 NFC rusher. He's been averaging 4 yards, his longest this year, 20. And he's rushed for 4 touchdowns. He's also caught a touchdown pass, and he is gaining on Dick Bass's record.
What does he need, about 600 yards to pass Bass?
He started with 126 2 weeks ago, so he needs 178 for 5,000, and Bass had over 5,400. 2nd and 8. With the back split, Hayden going to release to Capoletti, and he drops it. And there'll be another flag on the play, so hold everything. Preliminary signal against the Rams. Derlin Moore putting a lot of heat on Pat Hayden. We'll get the call in a moment.
Derlin Moore is not the kind of athlete you hear a lot about, but he's a good, steady player and a bona fide NFL player. He is a pro.
He led the Saints last year in tackles for linemen with 94.
Holding, number 60, offense, decline, 3rd down.
So they'll take the down instead of the yardage. The penalty was against Dennis Hara.
Oh, and that's a big game over there. Minnesota and Atlanta. Fran Tarkenton, they got him on the board with a 54-yard scoring pass to Sammy White.
3rd and 8 from the Ram 15-yard line. And we'll see what Hayden does. Waddy goes right for the first time, and Jackson left. The tight end, Nelson, on the right side. McCutcheon trying to follow Capoletti and got it just shy of the 20-yard line. So Capoletti unable to open that big hole for him, and the Rams will have to kick it away. Joe Federspiel, along with Clarence Chapman, making the tackle. So the Rams stymied the first time on a fumble, this time stymied as they lost it down on a personal foul, and so Glenn Walker will have to punt. The Rams, by the way, along with St. Louis, are tied in the best punt coverage. They average only 4 yards a return. Rick Monty standing all alone on the New Orleans 35-yard line. So Walker trying to hang it, and that's just what he's done, and a fair catch by Monty on his 45-yard line. New Orleans in excellent field position, 1st and 10 from their own 45. So far, the Ram fumble, a recovery by New Orleans, and a field goal by Rick Zorro, and there's the story. New Orleans 3 and Los Angeles nothing.
Come on, Adam, come on. We're getting our picture taken.
Special moments. Times of your life you'll want to remember. In pictures.
Tomorrow, Howard. Tomorrow.
To help make those pictures look as good as they can, make sure Kodak paper is behind them. If you don't see these words, it isn't Kodak paper. Just look for this sign when you get your pictures. Kodak paper, for a good look at the times of your life.
See, wasn't that fun?
Will the insurance fix our chimney?
Sure, after we plow through the paperwork.
It's different with Allstate.
What's different?
We have the world's largest team of claims specialists.
Don't worry about a thing.
They settle most claims like this without estimates.
No problem.
Allstate specialists are interested in you, not paperwork.
I'll call the contractor today.
Oh.
That was easy.
When it takes being different to be better, Allstate will do it.
That's a promise from us, the Good Hands people.
New Orleans under the direction of Bobby Scott, putting it in play 1st and 10 from their own 45. Scott has made 14 previous starts in the NFC, and he has won 3 of the 14. In motion goes Gilliam now to the right, and Scott's going to put it up. intended down the left side for Don Herman, covered by Pat Thomas, and the pass broken up.
Pat Thomas with a big game the other night in that Minnesota game, came up with his first 2 interceptions. Both of them resulted in touchdowns for the Rams.
Alex, we were watching John Gilliam. He was in the stack of that eye and suddenly in motion, so Hank is going to throw a playbook at the Rams.
Hank's going to do that. He believes in mixing it up on offense. There's Washington over Philadelphia 17-10. Washington needing a win.
So it is 2nd and 10 for New Orleans on their own 45-yard line. Gilliam is left and Herman is right. In motion now the tight end, Henry Childs, to block for Mike Strong. And Strong to midfield and into Ram territory. Not enough for the first down. He's finally brought down by Bob Brzezinski and Bill Simpson.
Well, Brzezinski is being a rookie, and they're trying to work on him a little bit because they think play action hurts him on passes, and they can run at him a little bit. And they've got Pat Thomas. He hasn't had much experience over there either. Mike Strong, as I told you, he was the Saints' leading rusher a few years ago, and he is a good football player. Not in the class of Muncie, but then Muncie's got a bad ankle, and we don't know how much he will play today.
Herman is right, and Gilliam is left. 3rd and 3. The ball just on the 49-yard line of the Rams, and Scott sending it up again. Down the right side and complete to Herman for a first down. He's knocked out of bounds by Pat Thomas at the 41-yard line of Los Angeles.
You're looking at Don Herman there. Don Herman came over from the Giants as a free agent, I guess. Bobby Scott with almost flawless protection there. Look at Herman. Runs a very disciplined route. Not much speed, but as you see, coming back to the sideline, coming back to the quarterback.
New Orleans leading 3-0. We have 10:28 to go in the first quarter. Gilliam wide left and Herman right. The backs are Galbraith, and the deep man is Mike Strachan, playing for the injured Chuck Muncie. A draw, and it's Galbraith across the 40 down to the Ram 38-yard line. Larry Brooks and Jack Youngblood in on the tackle.
Hank Stram believes in mixing it up, brother, giving you different formations. You see a pass one play, and then a little draw off of it. They know they've got to keep that front line of the Los Angeles Rams a little bit off balance.
2nd down and 7 for New Orleans. 10 minutes to go in the first quarter, and the Saints are leading 3-0. Backs are split. They usually pass out of this kind of a formation. Bobby Scott going out quickly to Herman. He's got it. And 3 Rams bring him down, and he fumbled, but the referee shaking his head. It was after the whistle. Bill Simpson picked it up, but it doesn't count.
Well, that was close, Ben. That was close. You be the judge on this one. Just a quick turnout pattern. They're not getting greedy. Look at her. Poor Don Herman just doesn't have the speed for that kind of pass. Ball comes loose, and we can't hear the whistle, so we don't know, but it was a marginal call.
So that would be the second break for New Orleans today. 3rd down and 2 yards to go. The ball just on the 33-yard line of the Rams. 3-0 New Orleans. 9.5 to go in the first quarter. Herman wide right. Gilliam left. Galbraith and Strachan with the back split. Scott going to put it up again, and this time going deep in the end zone. No good. And it was intended for the tight end, Henry Childs. Elmendorf and Simpson, like a pair of movable bookends, went right down there with him.
They've been going to the tight ends a lot, mainly because the Saints have had the completely depleted receiver corps this year. They've lost 3 receivers of the top receivers, and they're going with free agents. Picked up John Gilliam on waivers and picked up Don Herman last year on waivers from the Giants.
Yeah, they lost Tinker Owens, Larry Burton, and Joel Parker, 3 wide receivers. They also lost a cornerback, Maurice Spencer. So they're hurting, but doing the best they can. Rick Zorro, who kicked one a few moments ago, is going to try another one. They will spot it on the 40. So he's going to attempt a real bomb. 50-yard field goal attempt by Rick Zorro. Not enough. Not enough at all. So the Saints gambling that somehow Zorro had the strength to get it that far, but he missed by a good 8 yards. So he did not miss earlier, however. He had a 23-yard field goal, and with 9 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first quarter, the New Orleans Saints 3 and the Los Angeles Rams nada, senor.
We're the Van Arsdales, Tom and Dick. We're identical twins. And we drink identical beers. Light beer from Miller. We love it. The best thing about light beer is it's great filling. Great taste. Less filling. It's got a third less calories than the regular beer. Great taste, Tom. Less filling. And I'm not Tom. You are. I'm Dick. You think you are, but you never were.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
A rain-slick highway, a skid, and a potentially major accident becomes a minor incident. Thanks to a crash barrier with a shatterproof plastic nose cone. A unique plastic developed and supplied by Phillips Petroleum. Developing new plastics while making fine products for your car. That's performance. From Phillips Petroleum, the performance company.
Sunday, the fun starts at the grand opening of Archie's Tavern as the help walks out and the family fills in for a bubbling highball of hilarity. Sunday at 9, 8th Central and Mountain.
The line of scrimmage on that abortive field goal attempt by Rick Zorro is the 33-yard line, so the Rams will put it in play and take over 1st and 10. New Orleans, recovering a fumble by Lawrence McCutcheon, got a 23-yard field goal out of Rick Zorro to take a 3-0 lead. The Rams were stymied the second time they get the ball, so we'll see what they do the third time. Waddy is right, Jackson is left, Nelson the tight end on the right side, and Waddy is in motion. Lawrence McCutcheon with Hara out in front of him and Doug France, and got about 3. Hara and France both trying to clear the way for him, but there were too many people over there.
Oh, Cincinnati out in front of Houston on a blocked punt that Willie Shelby fell on. Puts him up on that 7-0.
Well, second down for the Rams. They moved it from the 33 to the 37, 2nd and 6. The first slot for the Rams today, they put Waddy slot right inside Jackson and Nelson the tight end on the left side. Hayden to McCutcheon. A missed block that time by Tom Mack. However, McCutcheon had already gone by him, but he still has a long way to go for his first down. Mack trying to follow, but those New Orleans players pretty quick. Derlin Moore, Bob Pollard making the tackle, and it was Alex Price who got out of the way of the block by Tom Mack.
There's Cleveland out in front of Kansas City 23-0, and the quarterback for Kansas City would be Tony Adams.
For the Rams, the quarterback is Pat Hayden. It is 3rd and 4 from their own 39. Waddy is right and Jackson left. The backs are split. Both backs go out. And Hayden down the middle, and he's got his tight end, Terry Nelson, and he is decked hard by Clarence Chapman at about the 47-yard line. It's good enough for a first down for Los Angeles.
A young man from Arkadelphia, Arkansas. Been in the shadows of Klein for so many years. This year he's got Charlie Young breathing down his neck, and it's making him a better football player, too. That's his 8th reception for the year. Had a little trouble getting hold of the thing. He's a big old boy on the move, though. Doesn't protect his legs particularly well, though, does he, Ben?
No, he takes a pretty good licks, but at 6'2" and 230, he can take it. 1st and 10 on the Ram 48-yard line. Waddy right and Jackson left. Hayden down the middle, off the hands of Billy Waddy at the 35-yard line. Little too high for him, and Waddy, who, by the way, is only 5'11", so it was a good foot over his head.
Great thing about having a guy like Harold Jackson clearing out that area with that tremendous speed. You see nobody in that area. You see Jackson has cleared it out. It's a little bit high and a little bit behind him, but it was a catchable ball for Billy Waddy.
Billy Waddy, one of the truly exciting, flashy players on the Rams, and they're not known for that type of attack. Both Waddy and Wendell Tyler got a lot of ink in the aftermath of the Minnesota victory.
The Jets in New England 10-10 there at halftime.
2nd and 10 from the Ram 48. Waddy right and Jackson left. A draw to Capoletti. Pollard couldn't hold him, but down he goes right at midfield. Bob Pollard, number 82, had him as soon as he got the ball, but he slithered out of Pollard's grasp.
Capoletti in the last 2 weeks has really come on. In fact, he's starting this season. He gets stronger with every game. Bob Pollard is a good football player, one of the real few exceptional football players on the defensive line of the Saints.
So Pollard slowed him up, and Federspiel was able to make the hit.
San Diego over 7-6 over Miami, but that game's not over.
The ball on the New Orleans 49, 3rd and 7. Hayden going to Capoletti to the 40. And belted by Ernie Jackson straight up. Oh, Jackson hit him, but Capoletti is a horse, and he was able to take it.
Capoletti there just flared out. He wasn't a primary receiver. Pat Hayden reading the coverage. He isn't no dummy. You don't be a Rhodes Scholar and be a dummy. Take a look at it. Hayden going down, looking downfield. Sees nobody open immediately. Let's see how quickly he adjusted to that through to Capoletti, who is also a good receiver. Look at a hit by Ernie Jackson. He will stick you. He's got a bandaged left arm. He's playing in considerable pain. That's Ernie Jackson.
Well, Hayden,
Capoletti is too now.
I would say so. Hayden picked up 13 on that, so it's 1st and 10 on the New Orleans 37. And here comes McCutcheon. And a lot of black shirts meet him at the 35. This telecast presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the New Orleans Saints and the National Football League is prohibited. It'll be 2nd down for the Rams. The ball on the 34-yard line of New Orleans.
Dallas over Detroit 3-0 on a Herrera field goal.
2nd and 7 for Los Angeles. Waddy is left and Jackson right. Passing formation with the back split. Both backs out. Under pressure by Derlin Moore and Alex Price. Hayden runs out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Wise move.
And that's what Pat Hayden can do that Joe Namath can't do, and it adds a dimension to their team. He can scramble out there and get some yards that time. He knows enough to go to the sideline, not get hurt.
It's interesting to note he was pursued by Alex Price, who is 260, and Derlin Moore, who is 260. Two very big men, and they ran exceptionally well in chasing him.
There's the Ram bench and Joe Willie Namath, Charlie Young. That's a lot of good football players to sit on the sideline, isn't it?
Charles Young now coming as a tight end with a 3rd and 2. So Young on the left side, Nelson on the right, and Cullen Bryant is a wide receiver to the right. Capoletti trying to run inside a McCutcheon block, and he does, and gets his 1st down. Lawrence McCutcheon blocking for John Capoletti, with Myers and Merlot making the tackle.
And we'll watch Charlie Young, number 86, directly in your picture. He's trying to turn his man inside. That he got overpowered, but he got his job done there. Capoletti he is excellent at finding holes. A good, intelligent runner.
1st and 10 for the Rams. The ball on the New Orleans 22-yard line. Jackson is left and Waddy is right. McCutcheon and Capoletti are the backs. Play action fake, and Hayden looking and releases to McCutcheon over his head, and it was almost picked off by number 57, Jim Merlot, who came racing up from that left linebacker spot and just missed it.
Alex Price was not fooled that time. He read screen all the way and got out there in the flow of things. Pat Hayden very wisely threw it away.
You have to watch Merlot. This year he intercepted one against Detroit and ran 57 yards for a touchdown. Jim went to Stanford, and the people out on the coast certainly know him.
Washington going up 20-10 over Philadelphia.
2nd and 10 on the 22. Slot left. Waddy inside Jackson. Terry Nelson, the tight end. McCutcheon, the deep man out of the eye. McCutcheon following Capoletti. Dragged down from behind by Bob Pollard. Pollard is another alert man up front for the Saints. He recovered a fumble against Chicago and ran at 52 yards for a touchdown. In fact, the New Orleans Saint defense has scored 3 times on an intercepted return by Merlot, on a fumble recovery and run by Pollard, and on a block punt in the end zone by Meyer against Detroit.
Oh, boy, Ben.
3rd and 7 from the 18. Waddy in a slot right. Hayden getting protection, chased by Price. In the end zone, touchdown. All alone is Harold Jackson. Tom Myers, all he could do is push him.
All the time in the world by Pat Hayden that time. The Saints have not had a good pass rush all year, only 11 sacks. Look at it right here. A week and a half to throw. There you see Alec Price with what little rush there is there. You can't let guys like Harold Jackson and Billy Waddy wait around in your secondary like that. Throwing on the run to his left as he did the other night in the Monday night game with some degree of accuracy, Harold Jackson.
So the Rams go 67 yards in 12 plays, capping it on that pass play from Hayden to Harold Jackson. Raphael Septien, who had been cut by New Orleans, has kicked 15 straight. point after.
Rafael.
El Hombre, numero uno, has gotten it through, and the Rams have taken a lead. 3 minutes and 28 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The Rams 7, the New Orleans Saints 3.
Who is the #1 investment firm in the East? Who is the #1 investment firm in the Midwest? Who is the #1 investment firm in the South? Who is the #1 investment firm in the West? You know who. Merrill Lynch. All around America, more investors turn to Merrill Lynch than any other investment firm. Sure, there are lots of investment firms, but there's only one Merrill Lynch.
Take me away, lover. I'm yours. I don't go with married women. What are you doing? You like Granada? Granada? This is my Mercedes. Hold tight. In Gens to my Cadillac. Cadillac, that's the Granada.
Alone at last, beloved. Beloved?
Where's my bride?
Get that Mercedes with another man.
Another man?
The new Ford Granada. One way to tell it from Cadillac or Mercedes is its sticker price. When America needs a better idea, Ford puts it on wheels.
Hi, once again, everybody. Vin Scully along with Alex Hawkins. Welcome to the Superdome in New Orleans. The Rams have scored to lead 7-3. Rafael Septien kicking deep, and it'll be Willis taking it on his 6-yard line. The wedge bringing him up the right side. Jim Jodat chasing him along with Jackie Wallace, and Jodat and Wallace drive him out. Good play.
Oh, good coverage there. That's Tom Myers, who's been troubled with bad leg, bad arm, bad ankle throughout his career. One of the real fine players in that secondary, calls their defensive signals. But he came into today's game hurt, and he further injured himself.
And his pride was injured, too, as Harold Jackson beat him in the end zone. That was a 9-yard return for New Orleans, and they'll put the ball in play 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Herman is right and Gilliam left. And the tight end Childs on the left side. Galbraith out across the 20-yard line. A pretty good run for Tony, whom they call Thunder. Take a look at the black shirts trying to clear the way for him.
Emmanuel Sanders and Don Morrison, both of them veteran players for the Saints. Good job persistently. They're attacking Brzezinski, running at Pat Thomas, having some success on that right side. That Galbraith is one heck of a football player. You'll enjoy watching him, people.
Second-year man out of Missouri is Tony Galbraith. 2nd and 3 from the 22. We have not seen Chuck Muncie today, not yet. A lot of movement up front as Galbraith drags it out to the 25-yard line. And that'll be very close to a first down. Cody Jones was there. Cody playing in Merlin Olsen's old spot. And I guess he's reminded about that at least once every game.
Wouldn't you know it? Boy, Merlin did play that position so well for so many years there. So durable and so valuable to the Rams.
We mentioned a moment ago we had not seen Chuck Muncie. He has a sore ankle. Muncie coming off a big game last week where he rushed for 126 yards, but he's hurting and so far has not made an appearance.
He's doing better than the Saints are this year. The Saints are 1-5 coming into today's game. Muncie's 2 for 4 on making planes for road trips.
Not bad, every other flight.
But what do you do with a guy, though, that doesn't make the road trip, finally gets there after bed check, and then rushes for over 100 yards?
And they tell me he doesn't like to practice and rarely comes out to practice the first couple of days.
You've got it.
There's a frustrated ball player.
Yes, sir. A lot of years and a lot of injuries.
Archie Manning looking on. 1st and 10 on the New Orleans 25. Mike Strawn around the left side. And he's shy of the 30-yard line. The man leading the play, big double sevens, pulled for him, but it didn't help that much as Marv Montgomery, who played his football at SC, is the man trying to open up the door.
That's another free agent they've got in there for spot duty. Well, he's a starter, but Marv was #1 draft choice of the Denver Broncos about 7 years ago. Played there for a while, had some knee problems, decided not to call it quits.
He not only had a knee problem, he broke his leg. Bobby Scott going to the right side and completes it to Mike Strawn, who is knocked out of bounds, and that's enough for a first down. Bob Brzezinski, and you mentioned, Alex, they figured to work on him, and it was Brzezinski who knocked him out of bounds.
Well, he was the #1 draft choice and a good football player. He's really come on fast. They tell me he's one of the most intelligent players I've ever seen on defense with the Rams. But he is young, and he still makes some mistakes, particularly on play action. He wants to commit himself.
You know, 2 weeks ago, the Rams did not have a sack until they played New Orleans. They come into this game with 11. That pales by comparison to the 45 they had last year. Here comes Galbraith and gets to the 45. A good bit of run by Tony Galbraith, and we'll watch Bob Brzezinski.
They want to see if they can run at Freddie Dryer. They're having a little bit of luck at it. Not getting outside, and he's coming on back. Here's Brzezinski. That's a good thing about youth, though. You feel like chasing those plays to the other side. And, well, he did.
The Rams expect Brzezinski, a first-round draft choice out of Ohio State, to be a great one. Herman is right and Gilliam is left. Second man, Mike Strawn. Out across midfield and another first down. Bill Simpson had to come up along with Dave Elmendorf, or Strawn is out of sight.
Watch number 79, Emmanuel Sanders. Lower right-hand side of your picture there. Ride Cody Jones to the outside. John Hill with the Saints center, making an excellent block himself.
And on that play, that's the end of the first quarter with the score. The Los Angeles Rams 7 and the New Orleans Saints 3.
I'm going to keep on doing that till I get it right. Yeah, I work hard and I play hard. And I use new STP gas treatment. You just pump it in your tank and it goes to work cleaning your carburetor. I take good care of my wheels on account of I'm cheap. I bet you are, too. Try it.
This is one of the program cartridges you snap into new Telstar Arcade, the three-way microprocessor console. Start with this roaring road race. Gun the throttle. Faster. A crash. Score. Next turn to tennis for more video action. A new challenge. Quick draw with electronic pistol for target shooting.
Got him.
All games in full color. Other cartridges available with different programs. So hitch your TV to a Telstar. Telstar Arcade by Coleco.
Stop off at our Goodrich dealer, Stanley. We must have the radial tires rotated.
Have them what? Rotated, sir. Put the front ones in the back and the back ones in the front. Move them, sir, so they'll wear more evenly.
The Goodrich dealer says they'll last longer.
How ingenious. No wonder those clever Goodrich people made that marvelous blimp.
Stanley, do you ever wonder why you're up there and he's back here?
Tires you can trust. B.F. Goodrich. The other guys.
The start of the second quarter here at the Superdome in Los Angeles, leading 7-3, and the Saints putting it in play 1st and 10 on the Los Angeles 46-yard line. Bobby Scott, 6-year man out of Tennessee. After a big day, but in a losing cause against St. Louis, trying to upset Los Angeles. Slot left, Herman is inside Gilliam, and they split Henry Childs in a flex on the right side. A pitch back to Mike Strawn. Strawn finally knocked out of bounds, but he picked up another first down.
Big block by Tony Galbraith. Tony Galbraith, he does it all for the Saints. One of the leading receivers for him. Can rush the football. What's number 34? Does the job so well. Mike Strawn getting along the sideline and walking it down for a while. Does not seem to want to go down at all. Who is that? Bill Simpson.
Right. The 1st and 10 on the Ram 32-yard line. They picked up 14 yards on the carry. It is 7-3 Los Angeles, just the start of the second quarter. Tony Galbraith, but there was a lot of movement, and the penalty might very well go against the Rams as Galbraith carries it across the 25.
Who have we got? Jack Runt. Is that Jack Youngblood jumping off sides there? Let me see if it's 85 here.
There you go.
Oh, he's got an inside move on right there. I didn't see any movement by the Saints, but we'll see.
And it will be against New Orleans for drawing Youngblood off, evidently. Despite Bobby Scott's arguings, they fall on deaf ears.
Take a look and see if we can see any movement there. See if we see the Saint movement. Nope, looks like dogs pointing to me. Yeah, it could have been with the center or somebody on the offside.
Number 85, defense. Holding, number 62, offense. Offset, first down.
Aha, that's the explanation.
So we have offsetting penalties, and that's the answer to that play.
We just got a report on Tommy Meyer's condition. He strained his knee, and it is questionable if he'll be returned to action today.
1st and 10 from the 32 of Los Angeles. 7-3 Rams. Here comes Galbraith to the 25-yard line. Bill Simpson dragging him down before the big guy gets to the 20-yard line. When you look at the running backs of New Orleans, you realize why they drag people around. Galbraith is an even 6, 232 pounds, and Hank Stram, the head coach of New Orleans, he likes him big.
That's his young hairpiece he's got on there. He's got 500 suits, 200 pair of shoes, and at least 50 different hairpieces.
One good thing, it doesn't turn gray. 1st and 10 on the Los Angeles 20-yard line as Galbraith carries for the first down. Gilliam is left, Herman is right, and it's Strawn and Galbraith back of Bobby Scott. Here comes Galbraith trying to go outside, and he's to the 15-yard line and drags a crowd of Rams with him. The first man to make contact was Bill Simpson, number 48.
I'll tell you what you're seeing those receivers of the Saints doing an excellent job blocking downfield. They've been able to bounce outside, and the corners and the safety haven't been able to make the tackle immediately.
We were talking about Galbraith's weight at 232. Muncie is 238. They have two rookie tackles. Dave Lafari is 6'7", 280. Dave Hubbard is 6'7", 270. So Hank Stram has some giants down here in the Bayou country. 2nd and 3 from the 13-yard line. Galbraith. And he is stacked up as he tried desperately to get to the 10-yard line, and the Rams stiffened.
And that score you saw flashed up there, Cleveland over Kansas City, 30-0. That last score coming on a 1-yard run by Mike Pruitt.
The Ram defense is allowing only 101 yards a game. They are number 1 against the rush in the conference, number 4 overall defensively.
Cincinnati over Houston, 10-zip.
So it's 3rd and 1, a big play now. Childs and Thaxton, the two tight ends are in there, but the backs are split. So we'll see if he passes. Nope, and a great play by Bill Simpson and Dave Elmendorf. And Elmendorf is the one who got his hand up and brought him down. Elmendorf, lying on the 15-yard line, got a piece of the shoe.
That's Elmendorf there, tripping him up. He was in the first game 2 weeks ago between these two teams. He came out, he figured in on 13 tackles, 9 unassisted and 4 assists.
The crowd is hollering, go for it, and Kim Jones is coming in, not Rick Zarro. So 7-3 Rams, and New Orleans will go for it, 4th and 1, and the ball is just inside the Ram 12-yard line. Jones is the short man, drawn back of him out of the eyes. And it'll be Strawn, and he's carrying inside the 5. Mike Strawn battling his way for the first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
Well, on the replay, you might see the block of number 85, Henry Childs, top of your screen, doing just an excellent job on Brudzinski. Clearing the way, Emmanuel Sanders out there in front. Look at the determination there. Oh, the Saints came to play it today.
And it is 1st and goal on the Ram 3, and here's another look.
Ground level, let's take a look at it. Bill Simpson giving some pursuit here, taking a wrong angle, missed him altogether as he bounced outside. Manuel doesn't know which way to go. Didn't expect that much mileage out of it.
And a roar comes up from the crowd. Chuck Muncie on a 1st and goal from the 3 is in there now with Tony Galbraith. And it'll be Muncie with Galbraith out in front. He did not make the end zone, but he's going to be close. Muncie's first carry of the day, and it would appear he got it to the Ram 1-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1. Youngblood and Simpson finally stacking him up.
Rich Bounty out in front of that, number 84 for the Saints. You don't see him in there too often. He's a rookie, free agent from Penn State.
So second and goal. The ball inside the Ram 1-yard line. The Rams are leading 7-3. Muncy and Galbraith. Back of Bobby Scott. Galbraith! Touchdown! Tony Galbraith, who among other things plays the bass fiddle, and he sure hit a sweet note that time.
Plays the bass fiddle?
Yeah.
Let's watch him go over the top here. He was the number 2 draft choice for the Saints last year. Tommy Protro said together he and Muncy are the 2 best backs in football as a tandem.
So the Saints have taken a lead for the second time, 9-7. Rick Zarro out of a hole by Tom Blanchard. Zarro is 15 out of 16. Left-footed soccer kicker. It is good. The New Orleans Saints are marching down South Rampart Street. The Saints on a field goal and a touchdown by Tony Galbraith, leading the Rams 10-7.
Who has over 5,000 stores nationally with people trained to know their auto parts? Where can you get overnight delivery on almost any part? And who also offers parts and supplies for your tractor, boat, motorcycle, or lawnmower? Now, who should you see for quality parts? NAPA, that's N-A-P-A. We help keep America moving.
Homeward bound, coast of New England.
You got 6'2" feet.
The Navy. See your recruiter or call toll-free. It's not just a job, it's an adventure.